All right, today I want to talk about the right and wrong way to actually get on stage and present yourself. I've been very fortunate to attend a lot of events over the past few years. I'm now on track for 40 to 50 a year. Most of the time I'm the keynote or I'm chairing the actual conference. On occasion I'll sit on panels, but the more times I go to these events, the more I see where people trip up. And that's the big thing that I want to focus on first. You have got to eliminate the filler words from your vocabulary. Well, this one time and here's what happened with the server, and we implemented AI, and then it is destroying your credibility. You can scan the audience and see when speakers are using so many filler words, they just start going straight down to their phone. They don't want to pay attention. The filler words will, again, destroy your credibility. People just check out. A lot of times at these events, there are sponsors that will go on stage, and these sponsors will spend $5, $10, $20, $30,000 to get in front of these audiences. And it's wild. It blows my mind to think you just spent this much money to stand in front of a group of 500 to 600 executives and try to deliver a message, but people aren't paying attention. You lose them right off the bat when you start using those filler words. Oh, it stresses me out. The easiest way that I have found to learn how to eliminate these filler words is just record yourself. Set up your phone on a tripod or even have a friend record you. They don't have to say anything. You go through your slide deck, you go through your presentation, and then you flip the phone around and you watch yourself. You will be mortified at how many filler words that you use and the sound of your voice, but that's okay. That's a topic for another day. You get used to that. The first time you listen to yourself and watch yourself on screen, it's going to stress you out. And the thing that's going to go through your mind is, oh my God, there's no way that I sound like that. Yes, there is a way, and that is exactly why people aren't paying attention. Also, the reason you record yourself is because you continually do this over and over. You can see your progression in gradually eliminating the filler words. You have to get comfortable with the pause. Give people time to process what you're saying. For whatever reason, we as society have become conditioned to just throw out this wall of words, and that's why we use these fillers. But you lose people. People just, maybe they're not intentionally thinking about it, or maybe it's just in the back of their mind, but they don't want to pay attention to that. What this will feel like when you see yourself after being recorded, and then you try again, you will catch yourself as you're speaking right after you say the filler word. And then you get tripped up, and then you fumble, and then you keep going through your speech, through your presentation, and then you catch yourself saying a filler word again. And you do this over and over. And then eventually you get to this point where right before that filler word comes out of your mouth, you think, oh, you pause, and then you move through it. You keep getting the reps in. And once you do this over and over and over, eventually you will eliminate filler words from your vocabulary. This is not an overnight process. It takes time. It takes practice, as with all things. But that is the very first thing that you need to focus on as a speaker, as a presenter. You have to eliminate them from your vocabulary. The other trap that I see people fall into is having their slide deck, and they immediately, hey, I'm Sean Barnes with Wolf Executives. We do executive coaching, and this is what it looks like. And we focus on executive branding and presence and public speaking skills. You lose people immediately when you do that. Open your speech, open your presentation with some sort of a story. Hey guys, my name is Sean Barnes. I spent the majority of my life as an extreme introvert leading IT, and then 10 years ago, I jumped in and started leading human resources. Yeah, break your brain, but it also opened up my mind and helped me understand that building leaders and high-performing teams is my passion. It is my purpose. Here's some of the things that we do. You see the difference? You hook the audience right from the start, because the introverted IT guy is starting to lead HR. What? Tell me more. You're opening their eyes to what's possible. You're allowing the people in the audience to connect with you. And then you go into the how or the what. That is the big thing that I see far too many vendors and sponsors grappling with. And to be fair, they don't really know any better. Their VP of marketing or sales throws them up on stage. Hey, just get up there, get the reps in. And then they get up there, they fumble. The head of marketing or sales sees the people not paying attention. Says, that's okay, you'll get it next time. You've got to be intentional about developing these skills so that you can connect with the people in the audience, so that you can build relationships with them. Filler words, you've got to remove them from your vocabulary, being able to hook the audience with a story. That's the second one. Another thing that I see people grappling with is they do exactly what I'm doing here, and they have their feet planted. They don't move from that one spot on stage. If you're captivating enough, if you use enough hand gestures, you might be able to keep people's attention, but a better approach is to use all of the floor space that you have available to you. Because when you start walking back and forth on stage, it gives you a little bit more freedom to make eye contact with the people in the audience. You get a little bit closer to them and you can connect with them. That's the other thing. You cannot do your presentation and be pointing at the slides the whole time, telling your story, talking about all of the different things that you do. Are you kidding me? You get in front of an audience, you pay all this money, and then you turn your back to them and just point at the slides. If they wanted to read your slides, you could have just emailed it to them. Use this opportunity to actually captivate their attention, tell them a story, connect with them via eye contact, using your hand gestures to draw them in. These are the big things that I see a lot of sponsors in particular struggling with. I'm here in Nashville and spoke at a cybersecurity event yesterday. And as you might imagine, seeing all the different people on stage, it was a good group. Now, there was one presenter that stood out. He was a field CTO for a solutions provider. And after he came off stage, I actually went up, had a good conversation with him, and commended him on his ability to just get up and share a story. Yeah, he talked about the things that they were doing, but it wasn't a pitch. It was just sharing a story, talking about some of the things that they had seen, and then he left it up to the people in the audience. Hey, if anything resonates, I'm happy to have a conversation with you. We'll be here the rest of the day. That's all it takes. Try to avoid the pitch. Make eye contact with people, and for goodness sake, eliminate the filler words. This stresses me out beyond belief. Most people don't even really think about it, but when you do these things, you will be shocked at how many people start coming to you after you step off the stage.